So I think we're live. This show is it's not live. I don't want to lie about that. That wouldn't be a fun lie. Desisant here at here. George, how you doing, George?
George Nolan,
George,
George Nolan, reporting for duty,
George,
sir.
yeah, George Shooter Nolan, duty. Here for some duty. You know,
I'm reporting for duty.
report. Well, we'll find something for you to do. I imagine. Uh, how you doing, George?
Doing all right. Just gonna announce the new title of this podcast,
Yeah. What do you got?
The Handsome Billionaires Hour.
Oh, so like, are we indicating that we are handsome billionaires, or are we dedicating our hour to handsome
We're
billionaires?
indicating that I am a
Yeah.
handsome billionaire.
Well, no. The indication would be that you are handsome billionaires, plural. So you would be multiple handsome billionaires simultaneously.
It's an apostrophe S, so it's a possessive
Oh, like the
because I
show
own
is,
this hour.
yeah,
You
you
know,
own the all right. Well, no more G style. It is now B style. B standing for
no,
billionaires.
still the G style. That's how I make that's how I make my billions.
You make your billions doing the G style.
It's a lifestyle brand, yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah. And I don't want to dox anyone, but
yeah.
so I'm the handsome billionaire.
Uh,
You're my personal restroom attendant.
right.
Yeah. We just
Well,
we just
yeah.
when once the whistle blows at your workplace, we have a podcast. That's for the listeners to know.
Well, this is a new direction. These lies are offensive uh, lies, which for the sake of continuity, I am willing to entertain. So, yeah, I'll pretend that it's the truth for a few seconds. Sure. Yeah. I attend a restroom, a private restroom for a billionaire who made his billions with G style.
Yes. Where do you get those mints?
It's just whatever I cough up in the morning, and I mix it with some something from the pantry. It's nice and minty.
You see, that's why he earns his 30 grand a year.
Yeah, yeah. This.
It goes the extra mile.
Oh boy, do I. This is you got any shout outs for us, George?
Zion, Illinois, the
Yeah.
hometown of Gary Coleman.
Oh, Gary Coleman. Bless you, Gary Coleman, wherever you are. Perfect. Yeah.
You ever played that game Postal?
No, but I am aware of it. Wasn't it only released for PC?
Yeah, PC.
Okay.
Like for the listeners who don't know what we're talking about, can you
Yeah.
explain the game?
So I know very little of it, but I know that the laurels that it stands on is that it is just sort of very vulgar. Uh, I think you play a postal office worker, you go insane, and it's just sort of a sling of ridiculous murders that's over the top in sort of the Grand Theft Auto style. Not good. It's first person, right? But I mean how the GTA characters are all goofy and it's just sort of wacky satire stuff. Um, like I think you kill protesters, and I don't know. It's just sort of a repeat of juvenile vulgarity and violence, isn't it?
Yes, and the main character is Gary Coleman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like at least in one of the sequels, you play as like a Gary Coleman. I don't know if it's the character's name Gary Coleman, but
Yeah.
it's modeled after him at least.
Did he voice it?
I, let's see, Gary Coleman, Postal.
Reaching into your memories. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just Postal 2. Let's see.
He's in a trance, folks.
Yep, it's he's the antagonist. Yep, he voiced it.
Oh well, if your meditation is to be believed, Gary Coleman voiced the antagonist of the Postal game. Yeah, there are a few of those that just sort of stood up. What was that one where it was just sort of like torturing people in a warehouse for a game show or something? You know what I'm
What,
talking about?
torturing people in a warehouse?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's supposed to be. I think it's kind of goofy as well, and I think this one's a console game, but it's just like this guy who goes around brutalizing people in a warehouse, and it was.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Manhunt.
Manhunt. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I played that game maybe last year. I beat the whole thing.
Any good?
Oh yeah, it's real good.
Okay. Yeah, the only of that ilk, like it's become sort of a non-issue. But GTA has done really well. Apart from the first couple of games, which I mean, I've got the second one, the PlayStation second one, and I've tried to play that. That's one of those where it's top down and you're a little guy walking around and driving, and it's kind of difficult to play. Like there are other things that do that top down thing better, and so going back, it's just sort of I don't know, sort of historical value or something, but it's not.
It was more innovative than enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm sure for its time, but like there are things that have sort of your top down run around and do things that hold up quite well, but the early GTA games weren't among those. But the series thereafter, I think they went rather well. You play any of those?
GTA?
Yeah,
Yeah, I played San Andreas, GTA 4, and GTA 5.
GTA 5 was really pretty good. I think they released a version of it on VR that would be kind of novel to try. What's another one that was it was like a GTA clone at
Saints Row.
Saints Row. Yeah, and they took it into another direction and just sort of made it really wacky.
Yeah, I've never played them. Like how what's the idea?
I don't know. I was wondering if you had. I've got them on my list. You know, that's something I'd like to go through. Um, you've been playing a video game or more than one lately?
Yeah, I've been playing Stellaris. That's my
Yeah,
main game lately.
yeah. You've been talking a lot about that. That's um, sort of a like the way you describe it, because I'm familiar with other the real-time strategy games like Warcraft and Warcraft 2 and StarCraft. I know those, but the way you describe it is is that it's not quite like those games.
I don't know. It's kind of like Civilization.
Okay, yeah, well,
You know.
maybe it is quite like those games. I have a copy, and I've been planning on jumping in at some point. I recently it's funny, there was SNES Drunk, he just did an episode on this right up before I started it. It was the Game Boy Mario and the six gold coins.
Oh yeah, that's the number 2, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that episode too.
Yeah, I watched it after I finished the game. It was pretty quick. Are you familiar with either of the Mario Land Game Boy
I
games?
played both of them,
Okay, okay.
and I've also played a few of the Wario games as well.
I haven't done any of the Wario ones, but what did you think of the two Mario Lands?
Oh, it's they're fantastic. I actually like the rinky-dink graphics of the first one.
I did too. In the first one, even though he's pretty slippery, I think he handles well, and it's sort of a
Yeah.
fun, quick thing to play through. I thought it had a better soundtrack than I think a lot of people really like the soundtrack of the Mario Land 2, but I liked it okay. Maybe it's just because I'm more familiar. Like I've got a history with the first one, and the second one I just got because I planned to get it for a while because I'd heard it was good. And I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I it's which one do you prefer, one or two in general, like
Uh, uh,
gameplay wise?
so I played through the first one a number of times, and again, this might just sort of be rose-colored glasses, but I like the first one better. The second one is closer to the Super Mario World or Mario 3, uh, and I like it. I think if I'd grown up playing it, it would have been a bit of a hit. But I'm kind of biased toward what I know, so the first one uh, I like better. I don't know. How about you?
Maybe the first one.
Yeah,
It had those levels where you can shoot stuff, right?
oh yeah, they had shooter levels. They did. And the main villain of the first one was actually one of the area villains, one of the six mini villains in the second one. This spaceship guy, you know.
Oh yeah.
And lately, I suppose I just started it yesterday, I think. I have a copy of Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay on the Xbox that I picked up. And so I've started with that. Are you familiar with that at all?
I've heard of it. They say it's supposed to be the best game of all time.
Oh yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far, but it's pretty good. I like it. I think I saw the Riddick movie at some point.
It,
Um,
is that the one where Vin Diesel has like was it white eyes? His like eyes are glazed over or something.
yeah, I believe so. I think he's. I mean, the game is a prequel of sorts, and I think the way it's going in, it assumes that I'm already familiar. So it's like it's not just telling me everything because it assumes that I'm already familiar with the franchise. I might watch through them after playing the game, but he's got something with his eyes. He's just a sci-fi murder guy, as far as I know, and trying to escape space prison. Uh, Along those lines, I don't know if you recall this, but the other day I was saying to you that I did something and that I was going to show you the thing I did and that it would leave you shocked and
Oh
amazed,
yes.
confused, and despairing, crying out uh, into the void. Um, how,
Yeah,
how
I'm looking at the picture right now.
I
For the
know,
viewers,
no,
for viewers, it's a naked picture
you're you're
of Desisant.
no, you're full of beans. I did not create. No, this is, this is you're full of beans. I would like to say that. No,
Yeah,
I
you even got like a professional photographer to do it. It's like a boudoir style
well, I
photo.
if I had, I wouldn't be giving those pictures to you.
Yeah, that's why I
I
was confused.
I would, if you ended up with those pictures, then it was a mistake because while I will not confirm or deny that I've had personal boudoir photos, I have not, with any intention, given them to you. So let's quickly move past that idea. But I'm going to uh, show a little thing that I have done, and then you tell me your thoughts. Express your horror. All right.
All right, where do I get it?
All right. And here I prepared it. So here it is. Hello. This is a test. Uh, this is Desisant from Pudcast Terrible. It's a podcast and a YouTube channel that I perform on with a. Let's see, this isn't right. My head's alone. And where is my? There we go. No, that's not it. Okay, so this is a Desisant from Pudcast Terrible, a podcast and a YouTube channel, and this is a test to see if I can record on this thing. I may or may not use it on in the future, but it seemed like a fun thing to do to sometimes come up here. This is Twitch, I think, and let's see what we can make. But turning on my Super Nintendo for a little practice run again, and Mario there may or may not have some idea that I have tested this before. So let's see if this run has any success. Okay, here we are out in the woods. So this is a Super Mario World ROM hack that I've seen referred to as Coronation Day, the M, and possibly It's a Me. But so we've got the video on YouTube, and we release our podcast in other areas where one finds podcasts, and it's gone from dark today, and I record with George Shooter Nolan, and we just talk about a variety of projects. There's a guy up in the tree, and I just thought that this is a bird would be a fun thing to try. Now I have played. Have you heard the good news? I have not. I would like some good news. I've messed with this a little bit, but I'm just going to do a quick run through of what I can easily get to, but I understand that there's a fair amount more. Also, I'm not claiming that I'm particularly good at this, but the problem, oh, look at that. The lag is going to be related to my capture card, so this is, they told me all about you. Wow. So this is not going to be some showcase of skill. I might, oh, look at that. I might put in a little bit more effort if I get a better capture card. And the music's gotten awfully fancy. Not really, but there's a guy without eyes, and he's been spirited away and possibly fell out of the tree. Okay. As a whole, I think I saw a thing disappear. It will be tough but you will get your second chance. Gosh, I hope so. I could use one of those. It's dark. It's some, there's a guy. And it's going black. And I think once I step into it, I can't get back out. Okay. That's some text. I believe I am the god of this forest. Hello. Are you looking for me? I don't know. I am the one that... All right. In a new... that's sun... well, that was unpleasant. Anyway, again, no, but thank you. Maybe later. I might, as I said, run through it again, maybe more fully, to see if, I don't know, to see what else is in it. But after that, I've got kind of a big project that I wanted to do on this forum. So let's, well, we've got that, and I think that I can call this test completed. So have a lovely day. Yes. All right, and that, as they say, is that we're back after that display. Did you pay attention?
Yeah, I watched it.
Well, what's your response? Are you utterly distraught?
No, like I think it would be good for people who really like this channel for
Uh-huh.
for whatever reason.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
think there's like 7 views, so lots of people have already enjoyed it.
Oh yeah,
Glad that you're spreading joy in the world.
I'm pretty big on uh, Twitch. Uh, yeah, I so I'm going to post that to our YouTube thing, and I don't really have a schedule. Like I'd like to finish that game, and as I said in that recording, uh, in addition to finishing that game, and I don't think it's that long. Uh, there's a larger project on there that I want to do, and I thought uh, it'd just be something to do. I'm aware that people do it, so I will do that. But I made that little uh, picture of myself in the frame. I made a little tune, um, and I played a spooky wookie game for the hungry, eager public. You know.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a question about that
Yeah.
game. Like, how can you die in that level? It doesn't seem like there's anything that could hurt you in it.
Oh, all right. There was that thing at the end that swooped through. You can't
Yeah.
even run in that. And because there's a lag, my capture card, you push a button and it waits half a second before it registers.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to time because you're walking along, and I just get trapped in holes and stuff. But it's not really. I mean, maybe it changes further on, but I don't think that thing is skill based in any way. I think it's just sort of a creepy, walky thing. I think there's a story in it. when I messed around with it in the past, it just loops on the one thing, but I think I'm supposed to find something and that it's really just sort of telling a story. So I don't think it's about dodging and killing enemies.
Like, well, so this is a hack. Was it like on a cartridge?
I so I don't know how okay this is, but on a lark I did uh, find a cartridge of it. Somebody made that, and I I don't really know if they're affiliated with the production of the cartridge. So I don't know all the what is allowed, but I did actually play it on my Super Nintendo.
I'm sure they 3D printed the cartridge.
Oh,
So I think you're good.
yeah, I
You
hope
should
so.
be good.
Yeah, I hope so. I played it on my Super Nintendo. I did not use entirely uh, original hardware. I mean, I've got the cheap capture card, but I've got something that's really nice. It's called I think a retro bit controller, and it looks like a classic Super Nintendo controller, except it's sort of a I don't know. I think it's like a so dark of a green, it's almost black and slightly translucent, but it feels like a Super Nintendo controller. If do you have any of those older systems currently?
I got an Xbox and a Dreamcast
Yeah.
and a PlayStation, the that one with like the PS Classic.
Oh yeah. Well, if you ever get SNES or NES, I think they've got one for Genesis. This retro bit controlly thing is brilliant. Big fan. A lot of the third party controllers I've gotten have been crap, and this one's almost like the real thing. I remember you saying you got that PlayStation Classic. Did you ever do anything with it?
No, it was such a good. I got such a good deal on it though. It was
Yeah,
$20.
yeah. They really went down in price, weren't they? Like over 100 or something.
Yeah, original was over 100. I think it's
Yeah.
back up to 100. I think.
Oh yeah. I know they didn't do very well, and then they had to set them back. Um. uh, well.
Let me see how much they are now.
All right. Going into a
So
trance.
you can get, yeah, you can get them at Walmart for $102.49.
Really?
Yeah, they're selling them at
Oh,
Walmart for like $94, 99, 129.
the longest time they were just like $20.
Yeah, that's when I got it.
I I mean everything I saw on them made them look like crap. Like I've got a couple of those mini consoles. I got the SNES Classic and the Genesis Mini, and those are both great. I haven't picked up the NES Classic. I should have. I've wanted one, but I never did when it was a thing. But I got both the mini Super Nintendo and Genesis, and those things are both great. That
So-
I heard the PS1 was a flop.
Oh yeah. Well, now like on eBay you can get like the brand new in box. It's like $349 for one's like $400,
For the
$500.
NES Classic.
PlayStation Classic.
Oh, I mean, it would have been something to turn around if one had known it wasn't going to stay trash.
Yeah.
Uh, well, um, well, let me know if So I thought it might be kind of fun, if you ever get into your own streamy thing, we'll put the videos someplace. Uh, and I thought it'd be kind of fun if at some point, I don't know if this is even feasible or realistic, but if we both did Stellaris and did sort of simultaneous campaigns, each on our own stream, and then put both things into the what's it, because my understanding is that you kind of operate like quite a tyrant, and I have a moral obligation to raise my own army against you, and save space from your evil tyranny. Tyranny.
Tyranny.
Don't you patronize. It's tyranny.
Tyranny.
It's yeah, I knew that. Mm. Well, let's see. So let's see. Last time. Oh, you know what? So you were telling me that you got Farscape, and you ordered like the first season, and the DVD grip was so tight that it shattered one of your discs.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to take it out, and then yeah, cracked it.
Yeah, I think I've got the same setup for like the same release of the DVDs for seasons 2 through 3, but I put the first season together from multiple different sets, and the seasons 2 through 4, 2 through 4, I meant, they don't have that. They don't have that hold on. I don't get why so many I mean, so many of those DVD cases are done so poorly in like I've got this collection of the original Star Trek, and they put out the series with updated next generation level special effects to make it more palatable to viewers in the 90s, I think. And it's the show's good, but the disc is like this hard, really brittle, clear plastic, and if you pull on it, it breaks. And so many of the little DVD grabbers have shattered in that thing.
Oh yeah.
And
You're probably better off at this point is getting one of those binders that people used to put their CDs in.
yeah, but I don't like doing that. Like
Yeah.
I own a lot of physical media. I've got a lot of books and movies and video games and shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like to fill up my shelves with that instead of just I don't know, putting them in a binder. I when I was a kid, I did that with my CDs, but I
Yeah.
kind of prefer everything to have its own place.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It'll feel weird like throwing away the box
Yeah,
for the DVD or the CD,
yeah,
because it's part of the packaging. It's got the liner notes and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. It's a whole thing, and so it's even more of a pain when it's got such cheap materials that risks destroying the case or the disc. So not a fan of that. Let me tell you.
Like, what you could do is get one of those binders and then just put the empty cases on the shelf.
I don't want to do that. No.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like being at the library.
Well,
Because you know how at the library they have the box, the DVD case on the shelf, and you take it to the the front checkout, and then they give you the actual disc.
Yeah, when I was a kid, and I used to get like movies and computer games from the library. Uh, the discs were all horrible quality. I mean, I'm sure that's not the reason, but that's that's something I said. So I don't want to do that.
As in they were scratched.
Oh yeah, they were scratched. The I don't think DVD is a medium that is meant for multiple use. Like way back back beyond the earliest times. No, when I was a kid, you'd go to the store, you go to Blockbuster or one of the local video rental places, and you get those VHSs, and more often than not, they'd be a little fuzzy, but they'd work just fine. But DVDs, they want to die. They are not happy little things.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not very hardy.
They are not.
Very fragile.
They're fragile. That's you know what you know what's the thing? What's the thing?
Mini disc.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, I've got a GameCube. I'm fond of that. What I'm trying to figure out, like, how does Jerry Seinfeld go into one of his jokes? Like, he's got this thing, like, what's the
What's the deal?
what's the deal about what's the deal about video DVD videos? They're scratched and they're and then the crowd applauds and gives the comic millions for years. Well,
And
Huh?
you make what Jerry Seinfeld does seem easy. That guy works harder than anyone I've ever seen. He has like rooms full of like just like he has like file cabinets full of thousands of jokes he like writes a day.
well, I'm not trying to insult him. I was trying to emulate, just sort of be the Jerry Seinfeld of a new generation, desperate to laugh.
You failed.
Uh, you know, I don't actually like live comedy very much. Do you go see comedians?
I've seen 3 stand-up performances at
Do,
least in my
do,
life.
do you remember? Was it anybody that people would know?
Yes.
Who was it?
Kyle Dunnigan.
Don't know him. Who else?
Christian Finnegan.
Don't know. Who else?
The other one, I don't think you know.
Oh, I didn't know Dunnigan or Finnegan.
Oh, I see. I mean, you know Dunnigan and Finnegan.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, Dunnigan and Finnegan, those guys.
Dunnigan, he did. Remember Reno 911?
Yes.
Remember that one cop? She had a serial killer boyfriend.
No. I don't.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember much about the show.
Well,
I think-
Christian Finnegan, he was on Chappelle's show. Have you seen that?
Sure I have, but I don't remember watching it.
Remember like the Mad Real World where it's a real world, but it's all black people?
I don't. Which
Uh
one's the real world? Is that
The Real World was an MTV reality show where they had a bunch of young people live together in a house.
terrible? I don't want to watch that.
But Christian Finnegan played the white guy
Yeah.
in the black version of the Real World on Chappelle's show.
What was the joke, like, he's the token white guy and he acted really white?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a pretty good joke.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, it's good. But I don't like live comedy very much. I've been to a couple of those shows, and they make me uncomfortable because a lot of what the person on stage is doing is they're feeding off the feedback from the audience. It's sort of
Yes.
it's an interactive performance.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't always laugh if things are funny, and even if I'm inclined to, it's like I'm there and I'm expected to laugh, and if I'm not laughing, then I'm going to let this person down. And so I'm not thinking about how funny the thing is. I'm thinking about I am supposed to just be totally engaged with what they are saying and doing, and react exactly how they want me to act. And that's what I'm thinking about, instead of the jokes and whether it's funny or not. I hate that. Not a fan. I'm thinking
Well,
about comedy show audience etiquette, and not the quality of the humor.
yeah, if the comedian's doing his job well enough, you wouldn't be thinking about whether I should laugh at this moment. You would just laugh, you know?
Uh, I don't know.
It's it's part of the craft, you know? It's like
Uh,
tell a joke that's so good that you're gonna get the laughs where you want them. And just so you don't feel bad, there should be enough people in the audience to like carry your take up the slack, for you.
yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I'll watch clips of Bill Maher sometimes, and he's been around long enough that he feels that he is entitled to that feedback. And when the audience says it, laugh. Really, you didn't like that one, and he'll like chastise them for not laughing immediately. And he's
Yeah.
kind of trained over time his audiences to like scream. Like there's always some guy going, yeah, yeah. Like it's just like we're here to see this guy, and we're going to perform for him, even though he's supposed to be up there performing for us, and we are like us, we're doing what you want, like us, we're doing what you want. uh, I hate that so much. I'm not a I no I that's not how I want to
You
say
probably
that.
don't like live music, a live performance at all.
That's I mean, it's difficult for me to divorce myself from the role of audience member in interactive entertainment like that. It is difficult when I am at a thing that I am expected to react to a performer. I think throughout uh, my role. My role never leaves my mind. And then conversely, like you ever go to the movies and like people clap at the end?
Yes.
Uh, like I for a few years ago, I was on a real kick of going to the movies. I just like to go out. I needed an excuse to get out of the house, and go to see a lot of movies in the theater. And it would always just ruin it for me if there were other people there. And I've kind of realized that there is absolutely no purpose for me to go to the movies. It is a waste of my time to go to the movies, because if other people are there, the only thing I'm going to be able to think about is that there are other people here, and then they will make noises. And whenever, like, if I'll go watch a funny movie, not the obnoxious stuff, somebody looking at their phone, people will actually pick up their phone and have conversations while they have paid to see a movie surrounded by other people that are trying to watch it. They'll do that. They'll make noises, they'll turn on lights, they'll draw attention to themselves. But even when they laugh when it is appropriate, I'm no longer paying attention to the movie. I'm in a movie, it's funny, you're supposed to laugh, somebody else is there and they laugh. Not whispering, not doing anything that they're not supposed to do, but they just laugh at an appropriate time at the movie. Then all I'm thinking about is that I am in a movie theater with somebody else and that they're making noise. I lose the movie, and I totally have the person who is making noise during the movie. Do you do that? You get that?
No,
No.
I do get annoyed though. Is like if you go to a certain kind of movie in a certain kind of venue, let's say like a foreign film or a documentary, and they show at like some sort of university or uh or like a indie theater,
Yeah.
you'd have like these like really annoying types who like self-consciously laugh at like certain jokes just, but it seems like they're doing it so they to let everyone know that they're sophisticated enough to get the joke.
Okay.
You ever get that?
Uh, I don't know. I would go to an independent movie theater sometimes. There's a couple that I've been to over the years, and I've seen movies on college campuses before. Any noise, like I do get the attitude of what you're describing, like somebody needs to signal to everybody around them, oh, I got the joke. Um, that that too would bother me. I have a difficult time uh watching movies when anybody else is there. Like there's an exception with when it's not a uh when it's not platonic company. But even then, sometimes it can be a distraction because somebody will like watching the movie is an opportunity to socialize, uh, and that totally distracts from the movie. Generally, I have a difficult time watching a movie when I'm not totally alone. I don't like I cannot get together with friends or family and sit together on a couch or something and all watch a movie together and pay attention to the movie. I am constantly paying attention to their breathing, to what they're doing, to what they say, whether they're laughing, their proximity to my body. I don't like it when people are too close to me. I don't like, yeah. So I end up paying more attention to the people that I'm with than the film that I'm watching. And I watch movies regularly. Sometimes I'll watch them, one movie every night. And I've just lost the ability to watch movies in the company of others in any context. Uh, yeah, you know what? I could probably go see a stand-up comedian if I was the only one in the audience and they weren't actually there. It was just sort of a film of a recording, a film of a recording of a set that they do. And it would help if they did the set in front of no audience so that there's not the, playing to the audience, trying to get people excited, the audience trying to say, yeah, we like you, or just making any noise whatsoever. So
Oh, like I don't think that would work. Like you need to
no,
be live
no,
to
for
do
you,
stand-up
no,
comedy.
I don't care for that.
You-
I will like some recordings of stand-up comedy sometimes, but it
Yeah,
ruins it for me when the audience participates. When they hoot and holler and clap and cheer, it ruins it for me.
you,
So
you should try watching internet stand-up comedians. Have you heard of this guy called Two Gryphons?
to you mean Griffins? See, I can do it too.
Well, it's spelled Gryphon, so
Yeah.
could be Griffin. Two Griffins. He was this guy who was like an internet stand-up comedian. It's and he like do his like stand-up comedy like just him like on the webcam with like techno music playing under it. It's does not work the same as with an audience.
That
Like
that sounds pretty good. Like I can't speak to the quality of his content, but that is how I would like to uh receive that kind of thing. Like I don't much care for laugh tracks generally. I like to be immersed in the situation. So I can't speak to this fellow, this Gryphon chap, but
He was the world's first furry comedian.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad. But uh, like his method, his furry little method should be something that is applied generally. Like I
It
don't have a comic that
wouldn't work.
it wouldn't work for you, perhaps.
No, it's crazy, man.
It's not
Like,
crazy. It's not crazy.
yeah,
Like I haven't followed a comic at all for years, but I'm just sort of imagining because I like jokes. Ha, ha. I like fun, fun, but I want to be able to pay attention to just the content. So like I don't know. Just to imagine a comic is up there, uh, uh, or he she thon up there, the comic, uh, no audience, just on the stage, pacing, sweating, stressed out, just giving the jokes, and the audience isn't there. So there's no laughter, there's no clapping, nobody hoots, nobody says, yeah, right on, or whatever people do. Just
yeah, it would suck.
no, it would be the best thing. Because I like those auditory. I like the idea of the big auditorium thingy, the stadium, and the venues. I like the venues. I like the comic. I don't like the crowd. No interest. No interest. The worst thing about any public event uh, is the people who attend the event. There's just a lot of people everywhere, and then you're paying attention to the noises they're making, and if they make a noise in reaction, then you're thinking about that instead of what they're reacting to. You're thinking about the the proximity to your own person. Somebody rubs up against you, and then I don't care.
Uh,
I don't need that.
ladies and gentlemen, this is what autism sounds like.
I disagree. This is right-minded. I mean, you know, I, I'm fine. There.
Like,
Uh,
I th-
yeah.
well, I mean, there's like podcasts which like comedians do, but they don't do the standard joke format, and that's not live, you know. But I just can't imagine a stand-up set done without a crowd being any good, you know. You'd have to have supreme comedy skills because to pull it off, because it's all like the timing of like comedy is based on like leaving gaps for laughs and all that, and plus
I'm fine with
part of
that.
comedy is you see the character the comedian plays build up a relationship with the crowd, you know.
No. Well,
That's
I'm the
part of the
crowd.
comedy.
I'm the crowd.
Yeah, but you can, but if you're watching from home, you can't build the relationship with the comedian as the live audience does, you know.
Sure, I can. No, like, uh, what is it? Okay. So there's an aspect of human nature. Everybody around you is doing one thing, and you are with them, acting together as a big wave of flesh, and
Hell
everybody
yeah.
is in the same thing together. I don't
Hell
get that.
yeah.
If I'm in a crowd of people and they are all doing something, what I get is like being trapped in a vast urge that is trying to pressure me against my will. I cannot believe
Uh,
or act together with other people. When I
yeah,
am
that's something you gotta
surrounded.
work on, man.
No, I don't
Because
want to
that's like
work on that.
that's like the essence of being a human.
Well,
That's the
screw it.
strength. That's like the human superpower. With the now you're basically a half a man, you know. You got the body of a human, but not the spirit.
Well, I mean, I am a sentient being, and I would just sort of be fine never having to, without it being planned and regulated, ever, you know, touch another human being, because why should I have to it's just terrible. It should be planned, it should be regulated. It shouldn't be, here's a huge crowd of people, they're all doing a thing, they fell into patterns, and I'm going to just be swept along with them. I'm frankly not interested. I don't want to do that. I don't want anybody to touch me or scream or say, wow, I really like what you're doing on the stage, or you suck. I'm not with that. That's just pointless, unplanned distraction. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah. Oh, that's, I guess that's just you,
Thank you.
I mean, there's too many people out there who probably feel that way though. So one of the big problems we got.
I think if people generally okay, take your greatest interests, take what you want, what you like, what you believe in and want to do and all that, scale it down to what observably exists, and then don't uh don't forcibly engage any other people in it, and then go to town. Go to town, do that thing within the bounds of reality in a way that does not encroach upon anybody's personal space. You go and do that thing, you cool person. Go ahead. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you hate rock concerts?
When I was younger and drunk, uh, I used to kind of get into that, and I'd like the loud music, but there would always be somebody there to act aggressively and say, in some way, I am there to uh, try to get you to have a bad time and feel unsafe. So I used to, but now it would just sort of be like I could be actually enjoying the music instead of having it hurt my ears while I am surrounded by people and paying money that I could actually spend on something I want.
As so no more concerts for you, right?
I don't see the point in it. Like I could see like a, I don't know, cocktail bar and somebody's playing some easy jazz in the background where you're not expected to engage with them, but they are just part of the ambience. That I,
They have clubs where they have like bands play and then you eat like a restaurant while they're playing.
yeah, that's yeah, yeah.
And even rock bands play there.
I think I would be fine with a variation of that, though. I'd want to limit it. I don't generally like eating in public if I don't have to.
That too?
No, I mean it's fine. It's sometimes nice to get out of the house just to do something, but it needs to be limited. You can't do it very often. Yeah, provided that you're in the mood for it and you want to go out and do something. Um, it can scratch that itch, and then it can be totally ruined if somebody, I don't know, like if somebody's on your butt while you're driving over, you get cut off or run out of a lane, or when you're going there, if while you're at the restaurant somebody's particularly loud, or it seems like there are things that can take my mind off of my food. Like if somebody in the restaurant says something very loud, I'm paying attention to them. If they make a noise, then I'm paying attention to that noise. Um, I like it's hard not to internalize all the stimulus around me, and then there's always somebody there. Not always, but often, while there or on the way there, somebody who is interested in spoiling what could be pleasant. Like I like going out to eat. I like going out to do things. But then often there's something that ruins it, makes it unpleasant. And then you just sort of think about that thing that was unpleasant for days. And it, messes with your sleep. It takes up too many of your thoughts. You follow off of schedule and routine. Uh, it just there's a risk to going out in public uh, to do this or that. You could encounter something that will spoil your mood for days or more. And that's not even thinking about all the disaster you could encounter on the way there or while you're there. There are actual physical harms that could come to you. And then,
Yeah.
really, you're just going out to buy unhealthy food that you're paying too much for, and it's never sufficiently satisfying. Like sometimes you just need to get out, sometimes you just need to be around people. And even when it's not ruined, what you're building up for is never right. It's never enough. It doesn't give you what you want. So it's often, better to just not not do it, you know.
So you know what I say about to these people who are all about like staying home and stuff. You do you, but you stay. Yeah, we want you nerds to stay inside all day. Don't need to see you around. Just don't like try to affect our world, the outside world, the
No, no,
real
the
world.
the the, the
Don't try to like get
people.
away with put dampeners on our fun.
No, the people who try and stop other people from going along their own personal insular way are the other ones that need to go out and draw attention to themselves. They need to uh they I don't know, they need to validate their needs by drawing attention to themselves. Somebody I don't know, somebody is more concerned with their own temporal interests, say on the road, than they are to the movement of the road and getting there safely, not recognizing how many lives they could destroy quickly. So they're right on your butt the whole time, not taking into account the reality of the situation. It's about them, it's about what they need. And so they potentially ruin it for surrounding persons. I don't think people who mind their own business are generally interested in stopping people from doing what they want to do. It's more the people that are trying to get the world to conform to their little needs, that are trying to alter and I I don't know. Like if I prefer to stay in, I'm not going to say, and you're not allowed to go out and have fun. Why the hell would I do that? I just
Suffering loves company.
no,
That's
no, no. I
that's
don't
how
want the
that's
company.
how those people. That's
I
how
don't.
those
I
people
don't want
operate.
the company. I don't know what people you refer to, but I'm not in that camp, because I'm watching a movie. If I'm watching a movie quietly at home, I'm not saying you people are not allowed to watch movies in groups or quietly at home or whatever. I don't care what you do. I just don't want you to do it around me. I want to be able to exist without distraction. I don't care for it.
Yeah. Well, if you're happy at this in this state, good for you, I guess.
Happy. Well, that'd
If you're
be
if
that
that's
would be another subject for another day. Happy. How happy. We're about 12 minutes over where I meant for us to be, and I won't discuss, how happy I am.
oh man,
that's 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 a yeah.
what? I think happiness
Yeah.
is the least manly emotion. You never see a real manly man be happy.
Well, I would be happy if I could, whether it was manly or not. Oh, but well, uh, this this time kind of worked. I worked. I feel like learned some beautiful things today, and had lots of. Did you have fun, George?
Oh yeah. It was a rocking good time.
And it would have been less fun if there was a screaming audience around us instead of.
Oh, don't write it up. Don't write that off.
I
Like I want to go on tour and do live shows. I mean,
oh
what does the audience think?
that,
If it was live, that we'd have like a roar, like more in the chant, more live shows.
that's the worst. That is the worst
Oh
idea
man.
I've ever heard in my entire life.
But what's actually great for is European basketball or European sports in general. I saw this thing like the atmosphere generated by the crowd that it's like it makes it worth watching. There's like all these fires going on and chants and people singing throughout the game.
I
It's
was
a
in.
magical atmosphere.
Yeah,
Like I would rather watch if I was going to watch like some Greek basketball game,
yeah.
I would not watch it on TV, right? But if you gave me tickets to see that, to be in that atmosphere, I'll take that any day of the week.
Well, I mean, I was in Germany one time. They were playing the World Cup. It was it was it was for school, and I'm still in debt for it, so I'm not
Oh yeah.
able to go to Germany very often. But I was there during the World Cup, and while everybody else on the program, they were in pubs, and it was like parties in the streets. I i stayed in and played the guitar.
Oh man, you're real committed to this lifestyle. Good on you, man.
Thank you.
You know.
Yeah, do you have it?
Hopefully you get like a good imaginary psychiatrist and they can help you come to terms with your you know condition.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the American dream. A good imaginary psychiatrist. You got any shout outs for the people, George, for the beautiful people?
Yeah, let's see. Osceola, Florida.
Hey,
I think that's a
Osceola.
place.
Uh, uh, I'm trusting you on this one.
Pensacola, Florida. How you
Pensacola
doing?
and Osceola, Florida. How you doing, George?
Galveston, Texas.
Galveston,
I'm feeling
Texas.
I'm feeling a golf mood tonight.
Golf. Yeah, yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, the golf. Oh
Golf.
man. Yeah, so how you
Well,
guys doing? Hope you guys are keeping this, keeping strong.
hope you guys are keeping strong, staying in, watching movies, enjoying a little comedy without a laugh track. Uh, hope you guys are good in the golf.
Yes. And right now I'm just reporting for duty for the special paid bonus episode. You bonus listeners, just stay tuned for after this.
I gotta go wash my socks. Somebody's gonna steal them. They're
Oh,
they're out, yeah, they're out hanging from a tree. Someone's gonna come along and steal my sock. It's never happened, but I know somebody's gonna do it.
hey, yeah, yeah, prevention's the best cure.
Yeah, they're always eyeing my socks, I assume. I haven't seen it, but you know, that's suspicious. Uh, uh, I feel like I am like riding on tracks with very wobbly wheels, and one of the wheels is no longer connected to the track. So I've got to go deal with that. Um, fine talking to you, George. Nice to have you over at the acres.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah. All right.
Oh,
Well,
just bonus listeners, stay tuned.
no, no,
And live shows are coming up.
no.
Also, what was it? South Bend, Indiana. Watch out. They're coming for you.
All right, you guys, watch out at South Bend.
Yeah, live show. So coming soon.
All right, bless you all.
All right. Bless you.
All right,
Keep it G style.
yeah, yeah. Gee whiz, gee whiz.